The Lions, the Detroit Lions are going to make the Super Bowl. And then...
Are you choking? Are you choking?
You know what that sound? You know what that sound is? That's them shitting their pants right now. As in, they just, or I shouldn't say shit the pants. They shit the bed. That's literally what they did right after halftime.
They shit their pants too, probably.
They did both. They did both, to be honest with you.
Hold on. How can I explain myself? You said you cared for me,
Louisiana, murder on the beat. Something for y'all to cut up to, you know.
Dude, I can do a backflip.
Everybody get your roll on. I know shorty and she doesn't want no slow song. Had a man last year like.
Welcome back, Turf Talks, episode number 20. We have the boys back in the house. Spencer is in the house himself. Spencer, welcome back. After a little bit of leave there, but guys,
Cancun.
How are you doing? He was in Cancun. He was
Cancun with all the NFL players that didn't make it to the Super Bowl, so hanging out with them.
He was hanging out with the Cowboys and the Eagles. How was that big matchup down there, by the way, since they both, I think, played each other down in Cancun?
Oh, they're separated hotel rooms. They can't be close to each other.
So the video on the internet was wrong when I saw him fighting for a floaty?
That the hotels are split up, but they can. The beach is public, so they just.
That is true.
Okay.
Yeah. The beach is where all. I would say that's where everything happens. That's where it all goes down.
Where they're doing the Omaha drill.
Yeah, they were doing Omaha drill and they're doing hawk tackling. Pete was over there doing hawk tackling. The Commanders were just
they were rolling like in practice.
Yeah. Commanders were just sitting over in the shade.
Yep.
They don't want to get too sunburnt.
Yeah, we've been there for 4 weeks now, so we're starting to get a little too sunburned. We had to go back.
You want to get Reds? You can't have the Redskins, you know. It's
okay. All right.
Yeah, Saints are up. We're just having a parade, you know, Mardi Gras. Just having a little fun down in Cancun, and the Steelers. I think their boat sank. I'm not gonna lie. I think their boat sank.
No, we're shopping for a yacht right now. Actually,
Who's your yacht tray that you're thinking of right now?
Shopping.
You're just shopping for one?
That's right. We're shopping.
Okay. For one. All right. Well, gentlemen, welcome back. It's good to be here for another episode. Like I said, 20 episodes in. Are you kidding me? That's just a crazy milestone in itself. Thank you for always watching, as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe too. Don't just watch the videos. Make sure you're liking and subscribing, or at least one of those two. I really appreciate that. But yeah, guys, we had another good weekend of football. We talked about this last week that, you know, I mean, I was super excited in general to watch this weekend of football just because it's going to see who's going to make it to the Super Bowl. And my gosh, was there some emotions up and down both ways? You guys know me. I was extremely emotional this weekend about the whole damn thing. What's that?
You were very emotional. You were a very unhappy man.
Yes, I was not a happy camper. To say that I was not a happy camper after this weekend of what happened. But it's okay. We live, we move on, and here we are.
Speaking of the emotions, I mean, every team that played, there was plenty of emotion. I mean, it was physical. We had 2 physical games.
Yeah. No, we definitely did. And we can just dive into it, guys, with our weekend review. So what does that look like? Our first game up of the day was the Ravens+Chiefs. Now, this game, I think whether you picked the Chiefs to win or you didn't, I will say this. I don't think anybody was sitting there confidently. They're like, yeah, Chiefs are easily going to get this win. On paper, Chiefs should not have gotten this win. They definitely shouldn't have. I mean, they went into the playoffs on the lower end. Yeah, they're picking up some speed there a little bit towards the end of the season, but man, they were not looking in their typical Chiefs fashion going into the playoffs. But what do we say? What do we always say? It's a different story because it's Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce in the playoffs. And boy, oh boy, have they shown that every single week so far of the postseason. They came out. They honestly, they kind of whooped up on the Ravens. The Ravens did not look like themselves in this game, and the Chiefs did end up getting the big win out of it. But yeah, Trey, what was initially like your thought of why you're like, I have to pick the Chiefs in this case, even though the Ravens were the number one team in the AFC?
Because the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and they got Patrick Mahomes, and you can never count out the Chiefs with a healthy Patrick Mahomes, and it showed. It showed all playoffs.
Yeah. I think from like a record-breaking standpoint, Travis Kelce is now the highest scoring, I think most touchdowns scored by a receiver or something
most
like
receptions.
that.
I think
Was
he
it
got most receptions.
Yeah, I thought it was also
Jerry
touchdowns. I thought it was touchdowns too.
Rice.
Regardless, he passed Jerry
I know
Rice,
for sure.
who I think is unanimously the GOAT of receivers
And
in a lot of cases.
that's 20 years, bro. And he did in less years.
Yeah, and he's a tight end, which makes zero sense. But again, we always know Travis Kelce. He's not your typical tight end as well. But yeah, I mean, the Chiefs got it done. Insane the fact that they were able to look dominant from the very beginning. They went out and scored against the Ravens defense that looked so good all year long. I mean, they made it look easy. And I texted the group chat right after they scored, and I go, oh my gosh, they're going to win, aren't they? Literally is what I texted right away, because I knew it from that very first touchdown that they scored. This was way too easy. Spence, one thing that nobody ever talks about, though, when it comes to, nobody understands this, I guess, but the defense of the Chiefs is legit. Am I right or am I wrong in that case?
They have been all year. Everyone just thinks that. No, everyone thinks of one side of the ball when you think of the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
And that defense, I would say, got better in the offseason, but they were slow at start. I think everyone was questioning the defense because it was slow. They lost the first game, and then they had some struggles with teams scoring on them and all that stuff. And then they just, like the year goes on, they just caught a groove. And then they just got better, and better. And you have like all pros all over D-line, secondary, and linebackers, and then you go on the offensive side and you just already know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I think the Chiefs weren't given enough praise going into this postseason, I should say, on how good their defense actually was all year long. We were on, record talking about the Steelers and how good they were at one point, and the 49ers being dominant the entire year too, which was still the true. Even Baltimore, great, incredible defense the entire season, but Browns as well were up there, I would say. But like one team I think we didn't talk about enough, at least on this show, was the fact that the Chiefs had one of the most solid defenses the entire season. And even when the offense wasn't getting wins and the offense wasn't performing, that defense still was. And oh my gosh, are they locking up guys right now in this postseason? Trent McDuffie, a guy that kind of came out of nowhere last year, he's an all-pro corner this year. All-pro. And that's not something that you get handed out easily, and that's like taken lightly, I would say. That's a Pro Bowl. Pro Bowls are like, that doesn't matter. It's kind of, it is what it is. It's a fan voting thing. If you're an all-pro, that is one hell of accomplishment, I would say, as like a player individually. But yeah, what else did you see from this game? Anything else stand out to you?
I mean, when Baltimore passes 82, they ran 82% of their plays for pass plays. That's not great. I mean, especially as a running team, that Baltimore has been the number one dominant rushing average team in the league. You just expect. I think the game comes down to him. I mean, you're making Lamar throw the ball. I mean, what was the stats here?
Todd Monken.
Yeah, Todd Monken. Thank you. I appreciate that. Lamar, 20 for 37, 272 yards, a tutty, and an interception. I mean, and a terrible interception. Granted, if you want to blame the refs on this game. They were bad both ways. I think that's not really an argument there. Yes, this Chiefs team is good, though. I do agree with all you boys. I mean, they proved to everyone that, hey, they are still around. I mean, making the Super Bowl 4 of the last 5 years proves that this team is a dynasty in the making, or not in the making, but like they're rolling right now. Like we're in the middle of it.
We're
And
in the middle of
getting
that
to see
dynasty.
I'm gonna say,
we're-
if Dynasty
we're
starts
getting-
at 4. What the fuck?
Yeah. But anyways, I mean,
The new Patriots.
They really are. I mean,
yeah.
we lived through the Patriots dynasty. Like literally our entire lives was the Patriots dynasty up until this point. But I'm so glad and happy to see that we immediately jumped right into another one. And it's so cool to see the fact that we will never ever get to see another team.
I
win a
mean,
Super Bowl
don't
besides the
get me
Patriots or
wrong.
the Chiefs.
Don't love to see it.
I don't like it.
I'm
like
kidding.
it.
Yeah, I'm
Telling
being
you.
I'm being sarcastic when I say that.
But I do
But I
appreciate
think of all years, like nobody thought the Chiefs were going to be in the Super Bowl this year, especially the way they
Nobody
played all
did.
year.
No.
Even last year, look at last year. I don't think anybody was like, "Oh yeah, that's the best team in the NFL right now." I think there was definitely times where we're like, "They're not going to figure it out. They're not going to figure it out. They don't look the same. They're not the same Chiefs team." And guess what? They won a Super Bowl. You know,
Yeah.
It's every single year. It's in. I don't want to immediately draw this conclusion of like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, the same player. They had the exact same accolades.
Mahomes
Like
will be better.
obviously, Tom Brady, I think, is still the GOAT at this point when it comes to a quarterback standpoint. Is he the best all-time ever when it comes to how good he was? I don't think so. I think Aaron Rodgers and those guys are a lot more talented. But Tom Brady, from a peer, he's from a talent
Winner.
and winning perspective,
Winner.
Tom Brady won games. That's the bottom line of it. Patrick Mahomes, he's talented and he wins games. That's something that you can't always just coach, guys. If you're a winner, you're just going to get it done. And Patrick Mahomes,
Does he got
time in
7,
and time
Trey?
out. What's that?
No,
Does he
he's
got 7,
two.
Trey?
Pat's
got
got two,
two.
probably going to get 3
It's like
in a couple
28.
weeks. He's
Call
been
me
to
when he
four,
gets
he's
7,
been
then,
to
if you
4
wanna call
Super
him the
Bowls.
GOAT.
He's been 4 Super Bowls. I mean, he's doing pretty good. If he's
Yeah,
been
Brady
to
went
his
to
fourth-
9.
He went to 9 and won what, 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat's literally right on track for
At
that.
Brady's
He's
age-
been to 4.
At Brady's age, only thing when Brady was the same age as Patrick Mahomes, Mahomes has better winning numbers and all that. But at the same
Brady
age
had
as
3
Brady
Super
was.
Bowls in his first 4 years.
Yeah, and if
Went
So
to,
Pat
went to
so
five.
Pat-
if Pat wins this third one this year, he's
It's
got the
3
same
and
amount of
4.
Super Bowls, but he's got more AFC Championship wins. He's got a better playoff record.
Yeah.
At both their stages at this time.
The one thing I will say with this is the one thing that Brady might have on Mahomes and might always have on Mahomes is not just a number of Super Bowls. I mean, 9 Super Bowls, attending, winning 7 is insane. Let's just wait. No, let's not make this that's not big of a deal. That's crazy. We're talking
That's a big
that's
deal.
absolutely insane for a single quarterback to make it to that many and then win
Oh, I
that
forgot
many
about his
too.
Bucks here, by the way. He's been to 10 Super Bowls.
I was gonna say he had to have been more than just 9 because I know he's lost at least. a
He's
few.
been to 10. Sorry.
Well, still insane. But regardless, when you look at it this way too, I find it hard to believe that Pat Mahomes is going to be playing as well as Brady was into his 40s, just because Pat Mahomes is more of a running quarterback and he's going to be more wear and tear on his body than Tom Brady did, just all around. Tom Brady was very smart about dropping when he needed to drop, staying healthy and staying able to play for that many years. I don't think Mahomes can make it that long. Not many players can when you're 44 years old or wherever the hell he was, or 45 years old and still playing football. It makes zero sense to keep doing that and still winning championships, insane. So if anything, Pat Mahomes has got 10 years left of his career, which, to be honest with you, if they're anything like the first 4 or 5 or whatever it may be, or 6 now, it's going to be insane. He's been to 6 straight AFC championships and 4 Super Bowls. It's insane.
Yeah, but Mahomes, I agree with you. He's not going to last as long as Brady because what is the biggest thing in sports in football right now? What name?
Biggest
Mahomes.
name? Oh,
Mahomes is the biggest name. And we always see it every single week. You look on Instagram every Sunday or Monday, whenever they're playing, you see he's doing too much at one time to make a clip. He's a highlight chaser. That's what I think. I think he tries to do he'll do a behind the back pass or a no look pass. He'll do that shit. But then look at him. He breaks part of his helmet off doing too much. I don't think he's gonna last as long. Huh?
It's tough.
He's doing it and he's winning.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
know
He can do
at
it.
what point do you win?
Yeah, there's got to be a
And
certain
then-
point.
Yeah, because
You
look at
can't-
what's that bodybuilder, Zach? That bodybuilder that
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. So Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman
Coleman.
is one of the, I would say, goats of like Mr. Olympia bodybuilders, whatever it may be. He won 8 Mr. Olympias, which if Mr. Olympias essentially is the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, if you guys don't know that or anybody watching don't know that. And he won 8 in his entire career. Insane, like crazy good, dominant, like literally like a Michael Jordan or a Tom Brady like guy in the bodybuilding industry. He retired in like 2008, 2009, and now he literally can't even walk. The guy is completely like, can't even walk himself because he's got so many back problems now throughout his career and whatever it may be. Tom Brady was able to live throughout his career and not have any problems on the back end that we obviously know of, I should say at least. But like Pat Mahomes, there's got to be a point where he realizes, okay, I'm a 35-year-old man. I can't keep doing plays like this. I got to be more safe, which in a way, part of what makes Pat Mahomes so great is because he can do that extra stuff. I mean, that's a huge part of his game. The guy doesn't get sacked. Like Pat Mahomes is one of the best at avoiding sacks and getting out of the pocket and extending plays. He can't do that for the rest of his career though, because he's going to get himself hurt and get himself into problems.
and the biggest thing for Tom that I think it was Bills versus Patriots when Tom got lit the fuck up and lost his helmet. I think that was an eye opener of like, all right, if I keep taking one of these, I'm not going to be playing this sport for very long. And
Yeah.
Mahomes he's got hit that one time. He hurt his ankle like one time doing a little bit whatever.
He did get clothesline. He did get clothesline the other night.
Well, it was in the
But
Super Bowl,
kinda-
wasn't it, when he played? Because that was the AFC Championship.
You know what's
he got
weird?
his ankle hurt.
Yeah.
Did you see that clip of him when he like got tackled and he like fell backwards like that? But
That's
then
what I'm
his
saying.
trainer-
Like that kind of stuff.
His trainer put out like the videos of him like literally like training his body to be able to fall like that. And it's like, what the fuck? Like this dude he's
like,
training.
You can do that all the time because I remember back in elementary school or middle school when we were doing like neck stretches and I still got my helmet ripped the fuck around like an owl and the stretching did nothing for me. Like I felt every single fucking strain in my body or in my neck just rip.
Yeah.
So you can stretch all you want. If you get folded like an omelet with a 400-pound dude that runs a 4.5,
gonna break.
4.8, yeah, you're fucked.
Well, and that's the thing too, guys. The NFL is only getting more athletic, getting faster, I should say. It's becoming insanely like, I don't know, just dominant. You have guys that just dominate both sides of the ball. And if you're an older guy and everybody's going to get to that point where they're the old guy in the NFL. They can't keep up with everybody else young like that. Yeah, Pat Mahomes is training on those weird like falls and whatnot. And I thought he would have sprained something after watching it live. I'm like, oh, that did not look good. But like, it's going to catch up with him. Not to take away from his career. He's still going to have a great career. He's still, I think right now, the future GOAT in a lot of ways, depending on, how the rest of his career does pan out, I should say. What about Travis Kelce, guys? Do you think Travis Kelce is, what's his
Best tight
future
end of
look
all
like?
time?
What's his, well, I'm not just saying that, but like, what's his future? Do you think? How many more years does he have left? Jason Kelce did, but also didn't retire. I don't know what that means. I think the answer is yes, but he's just holding off right now until a bit later. But what do you think his like shelf life is remaining for him?
I think he's done.
He was a lot this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one. It's tough to like predict guys' future, and then because like you see guys like Calvin Johnson who just retire out of nowhere. You see dudes like in the prime of his career. Luke Kuechly,
Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck's a good one too.
I mean, you get these guys that
Barry
are
Sanders.
so good. It's like in the prime. Yeah, Dion, Barry Sanders. You just get them in their prime of their careers, and then they're just like, well, I've been just taking too many shots. Like, I'm done. And you're like, what the fuck?
I will say
I don't know.
it goes by position.
Yeah.
And he is a tight end, and they are beat the fuck up a lot.
But the league is so much
know.
softer now than it used to be. I think there's so many rules that help out health that you can play longer.
He took a lot harder hits when he was younger than he's going to at the end of his career.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, that it helps him, that's obviously working in his favor. Take the hits when you're younger is where you can actually recover from it. But when you're older, it's not as easy. You can't do it anymore in a lot of cases. Travis Kelce is 34 years old. Put it out there. He is not a young guy. He's 34 years old as a tight end. 34 years old in general is already pretty old for any kind of football player, NFL football player. Linemen are typically your older ones, even quarterback too, but linemen typically
Kickers.
are able to stay kickers. Yes, Adam Vinatieri was kicking when he was 50 years old or whatever it was. But no, it's like it definitely is one of those things that I was just been thinking about last couple of weeks too, watching him in the postseason, because he didn't have a great season. He was banged up a couple times throughout the year. Postseason though is completely different, and that's why it makes me like, well, geez, is he going to come back? Is he going to continue to?
He still got it. He still got it.
He definitely does, and so it's like with his brother being out, kind of being, I think, maybe a family thing there. It's nice to know that your brother's in it with you. In my prediction, I think he's probably going to be out of the NFL in the next couple of years. I would say 2 years is a pretty safe thing to be like he's probably going to be out. It'd be surprising if it's after this season. I would say, very surprising, I should say. It would be surprising at the end of, like, if you had announced that this next season is his last season. But I would say in 2 years' time, I bet you we're all thinking, yeah, he's probably going to retire, in my opinion. He's 36 years old at that point.
Or they both just call it quits. They both announce it on their podcast. And they're like, yep,
that's what I think. I think that's going to happen.
You think that's what's going to happen?
You think he's going to be done after this season, Spence?
So what I think,
if they win the Super Bowl, do you think he's done?
I think it depends on two things. Depends on two things. Super Bowl, and whenever they decide when Jason comes out, or whenever Jason decides he's going to come out and say, I'm retiring, I think they're both going to retire. It depends on the Super Bowl, though. But I think it will be – I honestly think it'll be this season, just because Jason and Travis are going to give this whole, like, speech about, hey, like, you helped me in college when I couldn't get in, like, all that, the whole story about him getting kicked off the team and all that stuff. And Jason, he goes, I don't want to do something about, like, the game. You helped me get back in the game, and I want to leave the game with you, something like that. Like,
Spencer, you got this whole thing storyboarded. You got this whole thing mapped out of how it's going to happen too.
Well, yeah,
and he proposes to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I listened to T Swift's song, and she literally said everything. Like, you're on the football team, like that. And you retired with Jason, and like, it's all in the lyrics if you look them up. I already read them all.
I think I've seen that.
It's in the script. You guys need the
script. You're gonna retire with Jason. It's like, what? What does that even mean?
And you're gonna marry me.
It's all connecting. It's all
because the bad blood is the whole thing with the Super Bowl, and then it goes.
It's true. Okay. What I will say this, since we're already on the topic of T Swift. Now you guys are probably gonna hate me for this.
Don't talk about the AI pictures, dude.
Fuck you for bringing it up.
Don't talk about the AI pictures. Not now.
Relax. No, all I was gonna say is, to be completely honest with you, I really don't care that they show her on the games. It really doesn't bother me at all. And even, I know you hate him too, Wyatt. Colin Cowherd talked about this the other day, or at least today, whatever it was. And he was like, I don't know why people are freaking out about this, because most cases they only show her for a total of 25 seconds on average per like entire 3-hour like broadcast. 25 seconds total.
I'm not making a big deal about showing them. I'm making a big deal about people talking about it 24/7, like it's some big deal. Yes, it's her boyfriend. You can show her. Go ahead. It's family. But like, we don't got to talk about it every single week on these national sports talk shows.
I get that, and like not every week is needed to be talked about either. I agree. It's like,
but She was sitting.
She was sitting there watching Travis Kelce.
Yeah, like I'm okay with that.
50,000 other people in the stands too. But like, there's a level of like. But all I'm saying this, and I have to be non-biased in this case, because I literally bought a picture of Jason Kelce and have it. I'm gonna frame it and put it in my back drop or whatever it may be here of Jason Kelce at the Bills game, because that was so cool. And I wanted to see Jason Kelce every single time Travis did something, because it was just cool to see Jason freaking out, because I like Jason Kelce, and I think most people do too. So it's like, there's that weird like double-sided coin. I would say with it is like, is it that big of a deal? No, it's not. Do they make a big deal about it? Absolutely, they do. At the same time, though, it's not like it's taking away from the game itself, though. I feel like I do agree, like sports shows, talk shows, whatever it may be. It's like it doesn't need to be talked about that much, though. It doesn't matter.
They did. What game was it? Like week 16, week 17, before Isaiah Pacheco even scored, they flipped a camera to Taylor Swift. I do remember that. They flipped the camera because Pacheco was at like the 3-yard line, and they just right to Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift was like, and then starts cheering. I remember that. And the dude said you couldn't wait to let Pacheco do his dance in the end zone before you went to T Swift.
See, it takes away from the moment of the game. Like,
okay, relax. That's one. That's one little thing.
What
yeah,
about
no. But like,
Super Bowl,
okay, so like someone gets a long touchdown, right? And like,
how many times do you think you're going to see
this?
How many times do you think you're going to see her during the Super Bowl?
More times than I saw her all season, probably. But
if she's there, she might not even be able to make it because she's in Japan the day before.
I already saw a TikTok. It's on like Saturday day, and they're like 16 hours ahead of us. So if she takes a flight, she can get there Saturday night yet, and then she'll be there for the Sunday game. So she'll probably be there. Is what I saw.
It's Sunday night too. So
yeah, so she'll be there. I almost guarantee it.
But
if she went to Baltimore to a game, she's probably going to go to the Super Bowl. I would not want to go to Baltimore.
In Las
Those
Vegas.
fans had been ruthless. I mean, even Bills Mafia too.
What about this, Zach? So you said 25 seconds per
on average
broadcast, like average, like TV.
From the very beginning of the episode when they introduce each other as the commentators, all the way to the end of the broadcast. So it's about 3.5 hours total length is how long it is. 25 seconds is how much showtime or screen time she gets.
Okay. And then say we're in Arrowhead. You're telling me that it's got to be way more than 25 seconds when she's shown on the big screen. Because there's no way that
the big screens are different, Spence, okay? The big screens are different. I'm sure she's up there the entire time. She's just up there the entire time at Arrowhead.
Yeah, she's going to be like sitting there eating nachos or like anything and just her
munching on nachos, just staring.
Every chip she eats, the crowd just goes wild. And then,
wow.
Yeah.
That's enough Taylor talk. I just had to put it out there. We're gonna see a lot of it in the Super Bowl. That's a fact.
You're a Swiftie, aren't you?
Just get ready. I'm a huge Swiftie. Just kidding.
I could tell.
I don't even know. I think
you got a poster of her, dude.
I do. She's not even in the poster, actually. Donna Kelce is though. Mama Kelce's in it.
Oh shit.
Oh shit is right. No, I'll have that. I'll have that hanging up hopefully next week for you guys to check it out. But yeah, gosh, that's Ravens versus Chiefs. Last thing I'll say about the Ravens game, then we can jump over to the next game here, guys, is Ravens, like you said, Todd Monken, he just kind of like completely got rid of what they're used to doing. They're best at running the ball, and they just didn't do that during the game. And what it reminded me of was this. We always sit here, we're not a huge fighting channel, as in UFC that is. But why do I feel like most UFC pay-per-views, there's always the big matchup, and it typically is the same type of guys too. It's Justin Gaethje versus somebody, and then it's Kobe Covington versus somebody. And what do? They talk all of the shit in the world leading up to the match, and then they don't throw a single punch. And they stand there and they bounce around, and they completely just don't do what they're good at. It felt like that watching the Ravens because I was like, why aren't you running the ball, Lamar? Why aren't you running the ball as a team?
It's hard to run the ball when you're down.
I like your analysis here, but don't ever put Justin Gaethje in not punching in 2 sentences.
It happened. I watched it live. Why? The guy was in a pay-per-view against a guy that he talked mad shit to and literally didn't throw a punch. This
dude's the baddest motherfucker, and he's actually going for the world title.
Well, hopefully he throws a punch in that match because the one I watched, he did not even throw a single punch. Yes.
There's no way.
Kobe Covington, too. That guy was talking so much crap.
Kobe Covington didn't do shit in his
He was talking
I
so much.
I agree with that. Just Justin Gaethje is a bad motherfucker.
Last time I watched Justin Gaethje, he was in a title fight, and he didn't do anything. He got beat bad. It wasn't even close. Because was it Charles Oliveira he was fighting? Is that who it was?
Yeah, he got taken down right away. There was no way for him to get beat on him. There's a
All I'm
different
saying
argument
is
to that.
it was disappointing. But all I'm saying is my analogy in general. If you don't want to call it Justin Gaethje, since Wyatt's a Justin Gaethje fan, fine. Kobe Covington talking the crap that he was before that fight and then just didn't throw a punch. It's like, dude, what the heck? Ravens, guys, what the heck are we doing? You do something really, really well, and then you just didn't do it in the game. It's like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Sure, I'll clear it up for you better. Adesanya versus Strickland. There, that better?
There you go. There you go.
Hey, let's dive into this next game. Lions versus 49ers, an absolute heartbreaker of games. 49ers do get the win against my wishes, unfortunately, there as a Seahawks fan. But hey, you can't knock the Lions for giving it literally their best effort. Early in the game, it was 24-7 at halftime. I mean, I think it looked really good for a Lions perspective. Like, these guys are going to win this game. The Lions, the Detroit Lions are going to make the Super Bowl. And then you know what that sound is? That's them shitting their pants right now. As in or I shouldn't say shit the pants. They shit the bed. That's literally what they did right after halftime.
They shit their pants too, probably.
They did both. To be honest with you. But it was not a good second half.
Pants in the bed.
Literally. And I was saying, like, we need to, like, the Lions need to be able to continue to score on this team. They can't get complacent because the 49ers are way too good to sit there and be like, oh, we have a 2-3 score lead. That's good enough. Nope, not good enough for a team like the 49ers. You have to keep going, and they didn't. They really did just fall apart completely. Chris McCaffrey had a crazy good game himself again, had like 140 total yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, Chris McCaffrey again had his game like he always does, it feels like. I will admit this, and you all can drop your jaws in awe and shock. Brock Purdy did, in a way, ice this game for the 49ers. He was able to make some pretty big runs that, if he wouldn't have made those plays, then it would have been a different outcome, I think, in the end of it. He made some really good plays on the ground. He did make some pretty good throws. Some of them I don't agree that, Brock Purdy, that's a great throw. I think it's just a better catch by the receiver, to be honest with you.
So you're saying MVP.
The Ayuk catch?
No, that one should have been an interception. But I mean, like, the other one though, I'm thinking of, like, what is it? Jennings. Juwan Jennings.
That's why
that guy is the most
open though.
What's that?
He threw him open there.
I don't know about the Juwan Jennings one. That was just an insane catch by him. But regardless, they made plays when they need to make plays, and they got the win in the end of it. I mean, straight up is that. What do you guys think, though? What are your thoughts from the game? Was it what you expected? Was it different? Just the game itself, not necessarily the outcome.
I just feel bad for all the Lions fans out there. I know a couple of you. It was right there, and you just
don't feel bad for them. They're so used to heartbreak and failure. I guess
this was their one. This was the year. This was their year. All Michigan, like Detroit, Michigan fans, whatever, as a whole, were on a high. They just won the national championship, and then they were going to make it to the Super Bowl, and they were up going into halftime.
Yeah.
I'm gonna defend Dan Campbell here. I've heard a lot of negative comments on him these past couple of days, and I like going for it on 4th down right there. Both of them. I mean, granted, your offense was firing all cylinders, and your offense has been your best position group by far. I mean, your defense hasn't really been playing up to subpar until the postseason, so you really haven't been able to trust them. Special teams as well. Like, obviously, we want to talk about 50 yards being a chip shot field goal. It really ain't. That's still a tough field goal. I mean, obviously, if you have Justin Tucker, you take that field goal every single day of the week. They don't got Justin Tucker, though. Mm-hmm. So I like going for it on 4th down, put the ball in Jared Goff's hands. Now, obviously, Josh Reynolds, it hits him right in the hands, drops it. Terrible. And then, obviously, on the 4th and 8, second time, rolls out to his right and throws a duck. I mean, just 2 opportunities that they miss. What I'm pissed about, and I don't know if this is probably wasn't even Dan Campbell. This was probably Ben Johnson. Is why the fuck are we running the ball on 1st and goal and having to waste one of our timeouts there? It was like a minute and I can't remember what
You've
it was.
seen the guy in the top left corner wear the jersey. You run the ball at least once.
Not when you have a minute left and you have 3 timeouts and you're down 2 scores still. You need both all 3 timeouts there.
Sometimes it could go against you though, and you hear about it for the rest of your damn life.
Zach knows from experience.
He knows what that means to throw on first down on the goal line. It was so wrong in the other direction.
Understandable, but that you have Marshawn back there, and
I mean you have Montgomery.
David Montgomery.
They've been one of the best
understand
running back
that
duos in the NFL.
The 49ers defense is good, and obviously they got through.
What I will say, and again, to kind of defend Dan Campbell, because people are like, why didn't you kick it? The second time, I'm like, why didn't you kick it? The first time, I didn't mind it because they did get it. I mean, they literally did get the first down. He just dropped the ball. Reynolds just dropped the ball. It went in his hands. It was a perfect throw, perfect play. They just couldn't capitalize on the back end. I should say Reynolds couldn't capitalize on the back end. But Dan Campbell did this all season long, guys. Dan Campbell, if he's for like 4th and goal, he's going for it. If it's 4th and 5 at the 50, he's going for it. Hell, if it's 4th and goal on their own goal line, he's going for it. And like that's just what Dan Campbell's mindset was the entire season. So to expect anything different in the big game when it matters, it would be weird of him not to do it. At the same time, though, it's like, Dan, when is points better and when is maybe getting the huge like risk play better at the same time too? If they would have gotten those points, it would have been a different game in the end of it. It wouldn't have been nearly as like, we need to get the onside kick now, whatever it may be. It would have been a different story at the end. But that's always, hindsight. You don't know. You don't know what it's going to come down to in the end of it. And in their defense, they were up big. So it's like, hey, we can kind of, risk going for it at some of these time frames when we should have probably just took our points. But,
and also, you got to realize with a team like the 49ers, you're not going to beat them, kick them field goals. I mean, It just is what it is.
You have to put up a lot of points. That's for sure.
Yep. You got to score fast and you got to score proficiently.
Not fast.
Slow, methodical.
I know you got one. No,
you can't get a lead out.
I mean, obviously they got a lead right there. They went fast and they just slowed down and they weren't able to put up any points in the second half, and it bit him in the ass. You got to keep the gas on your foot down on the gas pedal and keep moving.
I related.
You also don't want to give him the ball back.
Yeah, true.
Well, also the fumbles don't help.
Yeah, that fumble really hurt them a lot. That first drive out of
both
them
games,
scoring.
both games, really.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's like, guys, you can't do that to yourself. And I was literally saying, I'm like, this is not good. And I just felt bad going into halftime too. I'm like, they're up big, but I really don't feel like they're going to be able to continue this for some reason or another. I don't know what else, could have been done. But hey, Lions, nothing to hang your hat on. I mean, Dan Campbell either. Dan Campbell's going to win Coach of the Year, in my opinion. He's, I think, a lock to win that award.
I hope so, at least.
I think Dan Campbell still deserves
the regular season war.
It is, and Dan Campbell had a better regular season than D'Amico Ryan.
I think D'Amico Ryan did a better job bringing a team from.
The guy was the third. Won his division, third seed.
Dan Campbell probably should have won it last year.
11-5
over Dick Skin Dable. But
hey, Troy, everyone can have their opinion, but yours is just wrong.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Some people have right opinions, some people have wrong opinions.
But yours is wrong.
It was honestly a really good weekend of football because both games were great. Even though the Ravens didn't ever feel like they really got it. It was still 17-10 ending score. Like it was still a close game. So like both games, I was happy with.
I mean, they had a chance until Lamar threw the interception at the end. So
which could have been called as pass interference. They pretty much tackled Lively in the end.
Yeah, I understand. But they bad calls both ways. So I was.
No, I know. I'm not going to sit here and blame the refs. That's kind of a dumb way to go about it. But yeah. Anything else, guys, games wise, you guys can think of?
I don't got anything.
Do I know Dan Campbell said this right after the game? He goes, "This might have been our only chance." He's saying that just because does he believe it? Not necessarily no, but he realized that could be a reality that they never get back to this point. Because it's hard. We've talked about this before, guys. The NFL is so unique in the sense that it's so hard to win championships and win and even make it to Super Bowls. That's why Brady is so unanimously the GOAT because nobody's been to 10 like he has. Some guys make it to one and maybe win one, and that's their accomplishment of their entire career. Making it is an accomplishment in their career. Making it to 10 and winning 7, though, it's like that's so insane. So, like, for them, is like, yeah, NFC Championship game, that's awesome. That's incredible. That's a huge, like, feat by you guys. But at the same time, though, it's along the road ahead of them. Because it doesn't start, today. I mean, they have, multiple months until the season starts. Now that team could be completely different come next year. They do have cap room, which is really good. They have actually some of the most cap room in the NFL.
Who's going to be their quarterback?
Quarterback's a huge question. What is Goff? I think he earned his way back if he wants to be back, but at the same time, do they want to pay him? What's he going to ask for his payment? Whatever it may be. There's so many questions.
You think about it, they got young guys coming up that are going to need some big contracts. Like Amon-Ra, his contract's got to be coming up. Penei Sewell's contract's got to be coming up.
I think they paid Amon-Ra.
I don't think they would have, at least at this point yet. Because he's only this is his third year? Second year?
I mean, but you just got to think about the future. You got to think about the future. Like,
I think
all these young players are like, if you like give Goff a big contract for a long time, it's going to start kicking in like 3-4 years, and that's when all these young players like Laporta, Gibbs, all of them that are going to need.
I mean, they just paid Montgomery, who's also a younger guy too. He's not an older guy either. So it's like they're scary.
Signed a contract in 2021, which was a 4-year deal worth $4 million. So yeah, that was
4-year, $4 million.
Yeah, that was his rookie contract.
So he's still on his rookie contract then.
Yeah, so it would be up technically
next year.
Next year. So this is his final year of his deal. So
he'll
he's definitely going to get.
Well, they gave him the 5th year.
Yeah.
But the fifth year
pick up his 5th year option,
extended pay and shit like that.
But that's what we're saying. Like, you got to pay all these guys, and like, can you like tie up a bunch of money in a quarterback?
I was
what's he gonna ask for?
The good thing is they have the money. They have the money right now. So if they're going to pay their guys, they can. I mean, I think they've proven that they have a roster that could make it again. You know what I mean? They have a roster. If they can keep the same team, which that's the hardest part in the NFL, there's zero chance in most cases that you keep the exact same team. Just because it's 55 guys and you're talking about 22 starters and then your rotation players on top of it. It's not just a one-man sport. You need to have all guys on the same page, and to be able to keep 22 guys minimum plus your sub guys in on the same team, that's a tough task for some football teams, Whether money doesn't make sense or it's the opposite. Like 49ers, they're going to be in a weird spot next year because they don't have any money left after this year.
They're so lucky that Brock Purdy is like one of the lowest paid players in the NFL.
Yeah,
I don't even think he makes over $1 million.
No, he makes like 800,000 or something like that.
825K.
It's insane.
But
it's not chump change, but at the same time, that's nothing.
No, yeah. For NFL standards.
He did make $1 million for making the Super Bowl.
Way to be, Brock. His entire year salary and one bonus. What were you saying, Spence?
I do think that right now the Lions, I would go into the Rams situation. Blow all your money, blow everything that you have right now to keep everybody intact. Get some more pieces if you want to, and then ride that ship out until it crashes. Because you've already seen it. You saw the Rams. They pitched trades that were like, holy shit, what are you doing?
They were like whatever. Strictly win now. Yeah.
They're like, we don't care. We're just going to win now. I mean, in a way, that's why their 49ers got Chase Young. They're like, I don't care. We'll take it, even though we literally get him.
Yeah, this is got to be our year because like we're not going to be able to pay everybody.
Exactly. So like, really, what you could do, since everybody's right now, just spend up all your money, and if you just don't win it in 4 years, it's not meant to be, and you just or 3 or 4 years, whatever it is, and just go from there. Like you should literally play because you know how the teams turn around. Like, look at the Patriots. Patriots are the worst, one of the worst teams in the NFL, and they were just the best team in the league. What, 5 years ago?
3 years ago.
6 years ago?
Just a few years ago, ever since Tom left, really, they were literally right there. So,
and now look at them. So right now,
on the flip side,
I think you just go all in.
I was going to say, on the flip side, look at teams like the Lions or like the Texans even that were shit like a couple years ago. Now they're playoff teams, and like these are like the teams.
Small window.
Like, you got that tiny little window, and right now Lions, it's open. You just gotta.
That's what I think. The Cardinals
It's closing though. That window's closing real
It's
soon
true.
for them.
And it's not closing because their talent's going to get worse. It's literally just because you can't keep the core guys together that long. If you get it for a year, that's awesome. 2 years, you're insane. More than that, though, it's not likely you can keep everybody the same. It just doesn't work. Like that. It doesn't happen.
The Eagles did it. They had pretty much the same team except for what 2 guys left because CJ left. CJ went to the Lions.
CJ Gardner-Johnson, yeah,
and someone else. I can't remember who else left.
But then Darius Slay came in from the Lions.
No, I'm talking about when
he was
last year
on the team, though,
Super Bowl team.
Oh,
they kept everybody like two players, but they've only gained players since then.
That face.
The running back.
Yep.
They got rid of like Miles Sanders.
Sanders.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then they just replaced players with like Byard, brought in Swift, like
Darius Leonard. Yeah,
Leonard.
I mean, like they only got better, but somehow we're worse. So I don't know how that works, but it is what it is. I mean, it's not the same guys though. It's not the same guys, and it's a different team. It's just the way it is.
Different coaching.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, guys, overall, really 2 good games. I was happy with it. In the end of it, though, I'm not happy with the outcome. I would have not liked to have to see the Chiefs versus 49ers. Again, I would have really liked to see either the Ravens or the Lions. Both of them in there would have been amazing, in my opinion.
I think it'll be a competitive game, at least.
It will. It'll be a competitive game.
I'm happy that the Niners made it at least because, like, they've been waiting on this for a while now.
They've won 6 in their time, though. They don't need another one right now.
This isn't, like, about their time. Like, I'm just saying, like, this core group has been together for four years now, and we haven't seen the Super Bowl win yet. So, like, we've been just waiting for their chance to, like, hey, here we go. Obviously, they got the chance against the Chiefs, and they lost with Jimmy. But, like, now this team feels like it's complete again, and, like, they actually have a true chance to compete in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I just can't wait for.
I think it'll be a good game.
I just can't wait for Brock Purdy to win Super Bowl MVP when they win, and Christian.
I think if anything,
had like 300 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns, and they give it to Brock Purdy.
See, I think Super Bowl MVP is a little less like quarterback biased.
I better not be, because I can guarantee you right now, Chris McCaffrey is probably going to go off in that game. I can already promise you right now. Whether they win or lose, he's probably going to go off in a lot of games.
I mean, Cooper Kupp won Super Bowl MVP, didn't he?
Yeah,
I know. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that have won it outside of a quarterback. So I'm not too worried about it. But if it does happen, I'm gonna be like, really? Unless he deserves it, then he gets it. That's fine. But yeah, those are those games, guys, from last week. Honestly, one more thing we want to do. We won't go into our Super Bowl predictions just yet, because we kind of have all of next week to do that too in our next week episode. Because we don't have the Super Bowl this weekend. It is the following weekend. This weekend we have the fun Pro Bowl.
Madden cards. That's thing to look forward. Madden cards.
Yeah, nobody's going to be watching that. I sure as hell won't be watching it.
I was already watching it in Cancun. It's not exciting.
Dodgeball. Hey, I will say, Seahawks. Geno Smith made it. Had a way worse career way worse year than last year, but he made it. See, that's just how bullshit it is.
I really don't know if a Washington player did make it or not.
DK Metcalf made it, and then Nick Bellore, our backup linebacker / special team specialist, is out there. So he made it.
Oh, you took my boy's spot. We had a special teams player go last year.
I don't know what he is though. Like, he's not a long snapper, so he's just a special teams guy.
Oh yeah, they just run. No, they just run down.
Yeah.
Special teams.
I think Steelers got one too. Miles Killebrew.
Nice. Well, shout out to the special teamers.
I just hope Kamara doesn't get into another altercation that he gets suspended for a couple games.
for like 4 or 5 games. Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be ideal.
I just hope that doesn't happen.
That'd be ideal.
He's not in Las Vegas, so you're good.
It's true. Well, hey, we do have one more thing though we want to do with you guys. So we've been talking about, we used to do like Weddles, we play some games, whatever it may be, like that. We have a quiz actually, and since we are kind of on that Super Bowl time frame, Super Bowl topic, whatever it may be, we're gonna do a Super Bowl quiz. And the specifics of this, and technically it's out of all 57 Super Bowls so far that we're talking that we've had. Super Bowl 58 is obviously in a couple weeks, but this is going to be, and this is for like the challenge for us. Can we name the winning starting quarterback for every Super Bowl? And we're going to do since 2000. So since 2000, so it should be 23 total I think Super Bowls in general that we'll be trying to figure out. It has a timer and it's not very long. So we're going to have to run through this here. I'm not going to. Everybody is going to be competitive. We're not doing this as a team. I'll be kind of the narrator, the guy kind of running the host, I should say, of this game. But it's going to be Trey, Spencer, and then Wyatt in that order of who is guessing each Super Bowl winning quarterback from all 57. Just scratch what I said about the 23. That doesn't make sense. We're going to do all 57, see who gets the most in the end of it, and who knows the most Super Bowl winning quarterbacks altogether. Trey, you're going to be up first, and here we go. Let's dive in.
1 point per quarterback.
Yes, we have 6 minutes on the clock, and that starts now. Okay, my first one actually is going to be Tom Brady. Boom. I got multiple. Trey, you're up first. Go.
Okay, well, Pat Mahomes.
Patrick.
Yeah, but you got to put Patrick.
Jeez, that's so dumb.
Drew
What'd you
Brees.
say? Drew Brees. Shout out.
I'm gonna go Bart Starr.
Poland.
What a guy.
All right. Ben Roethlisberger. There's a
There it is. Got it.
Roethlis.
Give me A-Rod.
A-Rod.
Yep.
Whoops. All right.
Brett Favre.
Trey.
Terry Bradshaw.
He's going to run a Steelers quarterbacks here pretty soon.
Eli Manning.
I'm trying to think of multiple time winners.
Eli Manning. We're doing pretty good, guys.
Peyton Manning.
Is that how you spell it? Oh, sure.
B? Okay.
With a B. Apparently, he took it.
Joe Montana.
Okay. Nice.
Give me Russ. For you, Zach.
Hey. Whoops. Wilson.
Steve Young.
Steve Young. All right. Who else we got?
Nick Foles.
Ooh. That's a good one. There it goes.
Give me Joe Flack.
Hey.
Give me Doug Williams.
Ooh, there it is. I couldn't think of that guy's name for the Redskins.
Oh, fuck. That's funny. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's funny.
Give me Roger Staubach. Couldn't tell you how to spell that.
Got it. Oh, Starback. It knew what I was saying.
Give me Matthew. We'll just finish it up. Give me Matthew.
Matthew. Nice. I think we got in the last 20 some years there. Close to it. We're getting to the dog days of some of these now.
Jimmy Plunkett.
What?
Or it's Jim Plunkett, probably.
Jimmy Plunkett.
Oh, Jim Plunkett. How did you pull that one out, dude? Holy cow.
Give me Joe Namath.
Oh, that's a good one.
I saw the New York up there.
Oh, yeah, you got to
Give me John Elway.
Oh, that's a good one. Give me Joe Theismann. Yep, there you go.
Where am I going? Oh, there it goes. Oh, 2 ends. Got it.
Yes, sir.
Warner.
3, 2, 1.
Or Warner.
We gonna get it to him?
Hey, that was a save right there. That's a save.
I think 3 times.
You got it.
Give me Troy Aikman.
Good one.
That was mine right there.
Yeah.
Giant. Stay down there. McMahon. Chicago's. Fuck. It was McMahon.
Can you give me a first name?
3,
2,
fuck.
1.
I'm joking.
I'm gonna call it there. Next up, Trey.
Oof, boys, this is getting tough. Baltimore Colts. Fuck, what's his name? The white guy. God damn it.
3, 2,
Skip.
1. Spence.
Try Otto Graham.
Oh, I got one. I got it. I know it.
I don't think that was one of them.
Wait, Trey, did you get the last one?
I'm gonna have to skip you, Spence. I don't think that's one of them.
I don't think
I think he was even before. I think he was even before the Super Bowl era. To be honest with
I
you,
don't even know what BLC is. So I just threw it out there.
The Baltimore Colts.
Oh, that's Baltimore Colts. Okay.
Oh, I just got that.
I know who it is.
All right, Wyatt. All right,
We're
Wyatt.
gonna
who
run
it
out of
is.
time here, guys.
Give me.
Say that's all. That's all we have.
Johnny
So who do you-
Unitas. I did.
Yes, Johnny Unitas.
Ken
So the ones
Stabler.
we-
I was gonna say Ken Stabler.
So Len
Brad
Dawson.
Trent Dilfer.
I was literally about to say Ken Stabler.
It was McMahon.
Mark
I
Rippon,
just.
that's what it
You're
was.
right.
Jim
You were-
McMahon. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, I
Mark
can
Rippon.
I can give you that one just because I couldn't spell it correctly. I'll give Wyatt that one. He did have the last name for Chicago. Wyatt, you pulled out some crazy ones. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know if we would have gotten the rest of these. To be honest with you guys,
Crazy one.
Ken
Some of-
Stabler.
some of these ones are like, wow. These are
I would
Washington. You didn't know Mick Ripon, dude. Mick Ripon.
That was Mark. It was Mark Ripon. Yes,
Yeah.
I couldn't. I said it
Bill
was
Sims.
So I was thinking Phil Sims, but I looked up. I knew Phil Sims, but I didn't even see New York Giants because I was looking at the fucking Baltimore Colts the whole fucking time. I'm like, dude, who is
I
BLC?
literally
I
said,
totally
I said,
forgot
who's
about
the
the
white
Colts.
quarterback? The white quarterback for the Colts.
say Ken Stabler too, and then the time ran out.
That was fun.
I think Wyatt probably won that, huh?
Yeah,
What's
I
the
think-
final score on that? Because a lot of you guys started kind of falling apart at the end there, so it might have been closer than you thought.
I had 7. Trey had 7, and Spencer had 6.
Dang, dude, should we do one more then? Should we do another one?
Yeah.
A tiebreaker one. Let's see. Let's find a good one here. All right, guys. So we have a tie between Trey and Wyatt. It was 7-7. Spencer had 6. So it was a really close battle between all those guys. But we are going to do a Weddle for the tiebreaker to see who's going to win this. All right. So first up, Trey, you're going to go here. What is your first guess for players?
Give me who's an average player, average height. I want to do a quarterback.
Just kidding.
Give me George Pickens. Fuck it.
I knew it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Trey, that was a pretty
Okay.
good guess.
Yeah. Make fun of me again, man.
All right.
Imagine if it was just George Pickens the first
You
one.
about lost your
6'3".
turn.
He's older than 22. Number above 5 or 14. Wow. So he's got to be a running back, and he's not from Pittsburgh in the north. No, it doesn't have to be a running back. All right. Receiver.
I have a thought. If you want a phone call,
No phone calls at all. I don't want to hear
If
it
he
right
wants
now.
a phone call, he'll ask for a phone call.
Let this play
See,
out.
my initial head goes to T. Higgins, but T. Higgins is number 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
What was he before that?
I don't even remember.
I don't know. Number is above 14. Mari Cooper is 2. He's not talking 6'3". Can I still use my call a friend?
Oh!
I mean,
I'm
I
using
think
my call a friend.
who you calling?
can.
Spencer.
All right.
I want to say that he plays for the Bengals.
Is it Tyler Boyd? Is Tyler Boyd taller than 6'3"? Let's do it. Tyler Boyd.
Whoops.
He's 6'2".
Fuck.
Well, that eliminates 2 teams for you.
Yeah. Who?
You should be well aware
Ravens,
of who's in this
Browns.
division right now.
Yeah. Ravens and Browns. God, Zay Flowers. No, not Odell. Mari Cooper. He's number 2. Who the fuck else are the Bengals? Who does the Browns have other than fucking Amari Cooper? This is tough.
Yeah,
This is
I'll
tough.
text it to you, boys. I've had this already.
I don't know. Is this bad that I don't know?
Oh, yeah.
I honestly don't know who it is personally.
Here you go, Zach. I gotcha.
You're wrong.
I think he's got to be on the Browns. He's not.
Cincinnati, so he's got to be
Ravens. If it's yellow, that means it's close.
You're wrong,
right?
Wyatt, too. You're not right, Wyatt.
It's a
I
young
can
guy.
promise you that.
Yeah. I think yellow means it's
Yellow means you're in the
It's like
ballpark.
one away?
I don't know what it means. If it's 1 away, 2 away, even 3 away, I don't know what exactly means, but it means it's close.
Mm.
He's he's close to 22, so he's really young.
I don't know what
I-
this is personally.
I'm drawing a blank.
I mean, worst case scenario, you just start guessing, guys. Best thing you can do is at least get the right team. You know,
Amari Cooper. I'm just going for the team now. Okay,
he's on the Cleveland.
fucking goddamn it.
this is 3 guesses in.
Give me.
Oh, my goodness. This is a tough one, actually, Trey.
Hard one.
I wouldn't have guessed this guy, but yeah.
Cedric Tillman.
Hey,
There you
Yeah,
Way to
I
pull that
would
one.
never guess them.
way to
No,
pull
no.
that one, Trey.
go. Deontay plays for.
I was trying to
Pittsburgh.
just think of the only fucking young guy that I knew on the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
Wyatt said
That was,
Deontay.
yeah.
I thought
no,
it was
5'10".
Deontay's 5'11". He's 5'11". Yeah,
5'11".
5'10" or 5'11". I think he's
He's
5'10".
5'10". Remember, because we had him that one week.
I had no idea he was even that short. I thought he was a taller guy. Yeah.
I thought Tyler Boyd was close.
All right, so that's what? Well, not. I don't want to count George Pickens as one guess because that's insane in my opinion.
No, that's 4 guesses. 4 guesses.
That's 4 guesses.
Four
yeah.
guesses.
4 guesses.
I
Okay.
was going insane because Trey at one point saw the green on the receiver and goes, "It could be a running back."
No, yeah, I said that at one point, and I go, so
threw
he's
me
gotta be- I
off
was like,
really
he's gotta
quick.
be a
I was
receiver.
like, wait a minute.
So
he thinks
I was
it's
just
a
looking at the
running back?
numbers. So yeah,
All right.
yellow must
Wyatt?
be.
So he's
one
got
away.
4. You got 4 guesses. Wyatt, who's your first guess?
Let's go. Patrick Mahomes.
It's a solid middle ground player, I would say. Okay.
See, it helped Trey out when he got
The over
the
15.
vision.
Yeah, and position.
I mean, Cedric Tillman was nowhere near anybody's draft board at that point of first pick unless you found out it was the Browns. Oh, it's
All right,
all
let's
younger
do it.
sitter.
The
Cedric
over
Tillman.
15 is throwing me off right now. Let's go Mark Andrews.
I think
He's
they're-
6'2". I think Mark Andrews is bigger than that.
You know, hey, shut up.
You
This
just
is his
clicked it.
thing.
Hey,
No,
You got the
tight end.
division though.
Okay. Under 6'5". Ooh, big running back.
he's
Trey, shh. Stop talking.
Does that guy have it?
I'd like to phone a friend
Yeah.
here.
Okay, go call him then.
No, I'm calling one of you guys.
Oh, okay.
All right, no one answered. All right, cool.
I mean, who are you
think so.
calling?
Someone answer. Someone pick up.
Call
This.
Spence. Call Spence. Call Spence.
It's a helpline.
Okay, so I think it is the Bengals again. I want to say Bengals, but I don't know. I think it is 6'2".
ooh.
You think it's Tyler Boyd again?
I don't think so because I don't remember the age.
Okay. So we got Bengals.
Which is kind of crazy if that is.
So you definitely think it's Tyler Boyd?
Well, I think But it could be fucking Cedric Tillman again. Who knows?
Well, this guy ain't 20.
No, Cedric Tillman is 6'3". This guy is
Yeah,
6'2".
right. You're right.
Trying to think of people on the Browns right now. Just to like make sure.
It's so tough to think of people on their offense, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody on their defense, all their offensive players.
I know Elijah Moore is a little smaller.
I think he's actually bigger than people think.
Well, he's like, I know he's like at least 6 foot though.
I was gonna say, I think he's like 6'1", 6 foot. When I think of him, I
think Tyler Boyd's a good answer. I'm kind of feeling that. I'm in the ballpark. I feel like.
Want it?
Yeah.
Hey!
What are the odds?
I went through all my guesses and I was like, you know what, Tyler Boyd is a very good guess.
All right. So that means, guys, Wyatt is your winner of our game today. So nice job, Wyatt. Well fought. Well done there, man.
Only thing I was going to say, Wyatt, if you'd picked Elijah Moore, I'd have been so mad at you. Dude is not 30 years old.
Oh, no.
I was going to say, I was thinking the running back, Mixon.
His number was 28. I think Mixon's 30.
It was over 22 and lower than whatever 85 was. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mixon's 5'11", though.
I would say it's easy to overlook, though. I would say it's easy to overlook at least one of these categories. If you're like, oh, if you really get hyper fixated on his height or his team, then you're like over past the fact that, oh, he's also 30 years old. Like, I'm guessing young guys right now, but like you have to take in so many things to.
He is 6'1", though, Trey.
It wouldn't have been a bad guess.
Mixon is?
Joe Mixon is 6'1".
Yeah.
I thought he was 5'11".
I didn't realize he was that tall either.
No, he's 6'1". He's kind of a big boy.
Nice.
Big boy.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be the episode today. It was a fun one. I had a good time. We should do more of those quizzes. That's always a fun time. I remember doing those back, I think, in like middle school and high school when I was bored or whatever. I do like the NBA like all-time scoring list, I think, on that exact website. And you're just listing off 100+ guys trying to figure it out. It was a fun episode today. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are watching. Thank you guys all for watching in that case when you are here. But yeah, I believe next time we'll be talking and hearing from us, we'll be talking about the Super Bowl because that is finally here. That's finally upon us.
Predictions.
Yeah, you'll find our Super Bowl predictions next week there too. What should they let us know in the comments below, guys? What should they let us know in the comments below? Anything?
What Super Bowl did you first watch football? Like, when did you first watch football and watch the Super Bowl?
That's a good one. Yes.
Most memorable Super Bowl? Yeah.
What Super Bowl do you guys remember first? Like, what's the oldest Super Bowl that you remember watching yourselves? If it was just recently with Pat Mahomes against the Eagles just last year, or all the way back to Bart Starr. Who knows who it may be. But
one that stands out in my head is the Steelers and Cardinals. That's the one that stands out in my head.
That's because we went to the hotel and did not watch the entire second half.
I think if anything, the one that I really like remember well, I believe is like, and this sounds stupid because I definitely have watched football before this even, but the one I vividly remember is the Baltimore Ravens versus
Power
49ers. Power outage. That's the one that's always sticking in my head right now. I don't know why.
I remember the Cardinals one. I remember the pick six. Remember that one? Or was it a fumble or pick six? Pick six, right?
James Harrison?
Yeah, it was pick six.
99-yard pick six.
Pick six. I remember that one. I remember the lights out. I remember tuck rule. I remember that one.
Jeez, you guys are like a lot later than
at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, Wyatt remembers back in the '84 Super Bowl versus.
I remember when Bart Starr won his first Super Bowl.
No, but I feel like in first grade I was watching Jerome Bettis in the Super Bowl. I feel like
I'm just saying the ones that are like.
I know I've seen that game, but I'm thinking like the one that like right away, the one that I remember.
Like I was involved. I watched the entire game.
Watching.
Yeah.
In 2005, I was 4 years old. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, I remember partially watching a football game.
Probably 2007 Patriots Giants. Then.
I mean, I remember that one too. I do remember the helmet.
I remember not watching that one because this is funny. I remember that Super Bowl because I didn't ever even watch it because I got home to my mom's house and we finally got like a flat screen TV for the first time. And she was like, it's Super Bowl. Yeah. Like, do you want to watch it? I'm just like, honestly, I don't even care about the Super Bowl. I just want to watch something else on our new TV. So it was the dumbest thing ever, but I didn't even watch that Super Bowl. But I remember vividly saying, nah, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Believe it or not.
That's funny though. That's a good story.
No, that's literally the first. I remember that just because I never actually watched it. I said, nah, I would rather watch something else on our new TV. Yeah, well, hey, let us know in the comments below what Super Bowl you guys remember the most vividly, your first ever one, maybe one that's just most memorable to you. But yeah, that's kind of been the show, guys. We'll see you guys all in the next one, and peace.